Shout out to him again too, man. Oh, right here, bro, because y'all don't understand, like, this dude is gonna come up too because I love support. I just love the Colorado scene for real. When people are really trying to do shit, like really trying to get down, like he's really trying to do this. Like y'all gotta hit him up too. Y'all got businesses going on. Like he'll for sure put you on the podcast for sure.
Everybody go follow transparent_podcast_co. Those are my people.
Welcome to yet another episode of Transparent Podcast. We have a very, very special guest with me today. Could you just introduce yourself, let them know your name, and then like where you're from?
Sure. My name is AUBREY K, and I'm kind of from everywhere and nowhere.
Okay, I got you. So, would you call anywhere home? More or less, or not really?
No, I just say the coastline. My mom was in the Navy, so we moved around like all over the place.
Oh, wow.
Overseas, east, west coast, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little all over the place. Sweet. But I really do appreciate you like coming out, making time to come on the pod today. I really appreciate that. So just for my viewers, this is probably their first time seeing you on my podcast. Could you just tell us like a little bit about yourself? Give us a little background of like life growing up, maybe family if you have siblings, things like that, and then we'll get into a few things.
Sure. It's funny. It feels like whenever you're in class and you're like, oh, let's do an icebreaker. Let's talk about yourself.
Yeah, this the icebreaker.
Yeah. A little bit about myself. So I'm mixed race, but I was raised by white people. So, and my father passed away when I was 2 years old. And so I was raised by, so like I have a lot of like white influence. However, most of my friends were either mixed race or Hispanic, like just growing up as a military brat. So I have a lot of influence from a lot of different places.
Okay. Like a big melting pot.
Yeah, truly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it's funny, I joke and say I have a Japanese mom and a Filipino mom and a Mexican mom.
I like that. That's good. So I want to ask, well, growing up, obviously you said like, you kind of been all over.
Yeah.
What is the best place, in your opinion, like your most favorite place you've been, and then what's your not as favorite place that you've been?
That's a hard one because you can choose a favorite place based on like the demographics, the location, or like
where you actually like lived. Not maybe like you traveled through or whatever, but like you spent a lot of time.
I was young, but I would say Rota, Spain. I lived there from 2000 to 2005, and then moved back to the States. Yeah, but so like I don't know. I feel like I have an eye for like worldly culture just based off of that. Okay. Yeah, just like instead of having an ice cream man, we had a fruit man that drove around and delivered fruit. Yeah, and nice. Like on the beach, like women were topless and like nudity wasn't really like a big thing, and family was like a big part of the culture as well. So and also like if you wanted to get somewhere, you could walk wherever, and I feel like we should incorporate more of that here in the States.
Did it seem like more of like life just kind of made sense over there, or just seemed simpler, or is that not exactly the vibe? It was just kind of just different.
Not that it was simpler. It just felt more human. Like people were more connected. Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
And where else, or would you say was maybe not your favorite place?
No offense to Ohio, but it's like the butt crack of America. Like
Enough said.
My mom's family is from there, and every summer I would get sent over there, and I don't. There are some aspects of Ohio that are really nice. But I just don't. I have like really dark memories in that place. So it's not my favorite.
Okay. No, that's fair enough. So I want to get into like a few different things. Starting off, I want to hit on like relationships, things like that. In your opinion, when it comes to like dating someone that you could potentially take serious and things like that, does that person's like financial situation weigh heavily into like you considering whether you deal with them or not? As far as like some people say like, you know, whatever gender they prefer, they say like, oh, well, if I'm, you know, dealing with a man and, you know, he wants to take me serious, like he needs to have his finances in order, this and that, or he needs to make this amount of money at least a year. So I don't know, I guess I feel secured and know that, you know, he's going to be able to provide. And then some people would say, oh, well, the money isn't like that big of a thing as long as they, you know, working on something and things like that. So to you, do you have like a particular standard when it comes to like looking at a guy's financial situation if they want to take you seriously?
They want to take me seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because I'm kind of recently out of a divorce.
Mm.
Yeah, and
Okay.
whenever I was married, I was very young. I think I just turned 21.
Okay.
And my husband at the time was in the Marine Corps, and he was 19. Like, the ring that he got me was like $300.
Okay.
Yeah, but, you know, we were in love. So I thought, you know, and that didn't really matter much to me. And so now I think come July, I'll be divorced for a year, and I've dated a spectrum of people, some people with money, some people without, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like that the biggest, like the best quality in respect to finances is like, as long as you are goal oriented,
Okay.
you know, and have stability within yourself, then that's fine by me. It doesn't really like matter like how much you make, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've, you know, not to brag or anything, but like dated people that are pretty well off, and they treated me like shit. So
Wow.
yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
there's more to that. There's a lot of depth.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a tricky one to kind of put in one blurb there. But no, I appreciate that. Also, this is a common question I ask a lot, and I know you've heard it.
Can I curse on here? I've been cursing a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is yeah. People, you're not the first person to ask. Whatever you want to say, this is transparent. So
Okay.
yeah, we won't get banned. We not TikTok.
Okay.
But this is like, I'm sure you've heard this question, but I ask because each time I ask, like, I get a different answer on it. But to you, does height matter?
Does height matter? In what aspect?
Someone you're dating, do they have to be like, oh, they have to be 6 foot above? Or is it like height isn't really that big thing, but some people are adamant that like their significant other person has to be like taller than them or 6 foot above. So like for you, like what's your kind of take on that?
It's funny because like catching my eye initially, I love giants.
Okay.
Like I have a complex where I think I'm bigger than I am. Like big shoulders, big legs, big arms, and I want someone to make me feel like dainty and small and like taken care of.
Okay.
You know, someone that can like slice a zombie's head in half if there's an apocalypse or something.
Okay.
But that's not realistic. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot more that goes into that. So like yes, like walking on the street or like on Hinge, like 6'5", like it's not right. but no, like I think if somebody is like I'm 5'4.5", you know, and I like to wear heels, so I'm like, you know, medium, average.
Medium.
Yeah, medium. So I don't really have much of a preference when it comes to height.
Okay.
But I do prefer taller guys, just for like the, I don't know, what's it called,
Just the feel of it.
not primal, the primal thing, like
Okay.
Stormlight Bull.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, like if you marry somebody and they're like, you know, significantly taller than you, like that doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, there's more than just height, ladies.
Okay. No, I like it. I wanted to switch to another aspect, kind of when it comes to relationships. What are, I don't know, maybe 3 of like red flags that you look for as far as like, if this person does this, or when I'm getting to know them, or I notice this about them or whatever, it's like an automatic, like they're like a no-go, like whatever that may be, whether you see like you know, that they, I don't know, still seem like they're like cool or friends with like an ex-girlfriend or, you know, something to do with, I don't know, maybe they're a group of friends they hang out with, or you notice they're always having a boys' night or, I don't know, girls' night, I don't know. But what are maybe like 3 things that like, if you notice them off the rip, that it would just be like, that's like a red flag to me. Like, probably don't want to go down this path with this person because I know it's not going to be good.
Yeah, I see with me, like I tend to look at everything with like rainbows and butterflies, like everything is good, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Just because like I have a lot of stress in my own life, so I try to see the best in people.
Okay.
But I think like over time, like the big things that stand out to me are people that like don't have any like consideration for like other people, so like, or like a disregard to like the environment, or like that they're littering, you know what I mean? Or if like they, you know, have a pet and they don't treat that pet very well.
Wow. Okay.
Or if like kids are weary of them, like stuff like that. I don't know, because like I am very open-minded, and like my take is that as long as you are good to people, animals, the environment, you know, and to yourself, then you're a good person. Like,
wow. Okay.
yeah. So that's my take on that.
Okay. So and not just limiting to like manners per se, but like you look at like mannerisms, you look at like the politeness, the respectfulness to other people, just treating people as they should be treated. You know, showing, like you said, showing that respect to the environment that you live in. You know, like simple things, throwing your trash in the trash can. Not, you know, you're driving outside and you're like, oh, I'm done with this, and throw a random McDonald's bag out the window, things like that. So, okay.
Even like what was it? I went, like I was hanging out with this one person, and we went to a dinner, and they started to like smoke a cigarette in the car and like with the windows up, and I'm like, that's, I don't know,
inconsiderate. That's inconsiderate.
Like very disrespectful. You
Very
know what
disrespectful.
I mean? Like things like that, and also too like even if like I am not initially aware of something, my body always lets me know. Like I'm very intuitive.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So like the hairs of my arms will stand up, or like all, I don't know. It's like some woo stuff, but it's true. Because like I have a health condition which makes me very like sensitive to like all of my outside environment.
Okay.
And so little things like that my body picks up on. I'm like, ooh, I should listen to that.
Wow. That's wow. That's something different.
Listen to your body. It always tells you what's up.
Exactly. Shoot. Well, going off that note, I kind of want to move into talking a little bit about mental health.
Yeah.
So just starting off, could you explain, and just from your scope, why is it not only in like say relationships or things like that, but just in general, why is it important for a woman to one, protect their mental health, and why is it important for them to, I don't know, do things that you know, to just keep their mental like on point at all times, especially when it comes to you know being in relationships and maybe having like, you know, time to yourself to, you know, go do something alone or whatever it is. But like why is it important, especially as a woman, to have or to keep mental health as a priority, and to have you know, that time to where you know you dedicate to taking care of yourself and like your mental?
It's a loaded question.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of different aspects to go with that. I mean, I could say from my own personal experience, like I have complex PTSD, and and that manifests in like different things in my body, and so I'm a very loving person, a very giving person, and like I want to love on everybody, but if I'm like, you can't fill up somebody else's cup if yours isn't full yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like I learned this within my marriage as well. Like I didn't have a lot of love in my family, or that I thought I had, you know, or for myself too. And I thought that, you know, this person can
provide that.
Yeah, provide that. Help me love myself, be my family. And but then, you know, whenever you're relying on somebody else, like people are fickle, you know, you can't, like, not that so sorry, I'm like different directions, but it's just like you can only depend on you're with your body 24/7, 365 days of the year, forever. You know, I can't determine if you're gonna like reach over and like, I don't know, put your hand on my face or whatever, like, or yeah, just something crazy. Like, people are unpredictable, and so to rely on somebody to take care of your own personal needs, like it's not a good thing, you know. So you need to make sure that like you're taking care of yourself. Like if you have like different things that are manifesting inside, it's best to explore those. And I'm not saying that you can't be with somebody. Like you can't love anybody unless you love yourself. Like that's, you know, there's some people that can like grow with you and love with you and help you, but it's just relying on another person or like another thing.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Okay. Cool. I also want to touch on another aspect when it comes to mental health. Do you feel that just in general that mental health is something that, I don't know, is looked at in a negative light, or do you see it as something that's viewed in a positive light when it comes to I guess speaking out? Because like there's certain people who, you know, go through certain things and say, I don't know, as a way to deal with what they have going on, like inside mentally or whatever, they, you know, they go to counseling or therapy and things like that. Do you feel that like it's, I don't know, it's looked at as a good or bad thing? Because like an example, say from, I don't know, a male perspective, some people would say that like, you know, a guy who like is going to counseling or something like that, you know, is viewed as like less, or is viewed as like less of a guy because he can't, I don't know, push through and like kind of just, I don't know, deal with his problems like at the face of it with no help. And then there's some people who would say, I don't know, that in that exact same light, but for women, they'd be like, oh, that's good, she's getting help or whatever. But like if a guy does it, it's like, yo, like, you know. So do you, I don't know, do you feel just a positive or a negative, like, I don't know, light attached to that? And does it, and do you think it maybe is positive or negative depending on gender roles or things like that? Or do you think now in 2023 is, I don't know, it's different?
I think it's getting better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting better.
Yeah,
okay.
But you know, also you have to factor in like culture too. That has a lot to do with it. I know like a lot of like Hispanic culture, or even like African American culture. It's like you don't have a problem, you just deal with it, kind of thing. And not even that, but just like, I know that certain jobs, like with the military, for example, like you risk losing your job. I have a lot of friends that are in the service, and you know, I grew up in the military background. And one of my best friends, she was a submariner, and so like with her job, like she could not seek mental help even though she was going through the thick of it. Like they were like the first females that were able to go.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, underway.
Oh, shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to my. She knows who she is if she's listening to this. I don't want to. I totally out her, but no, and she had to pay out of pocket, and you know, just to seek mental help in order to keep her job and her sanity as well. It's like the military wasn't taking care of that. And
wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad you hit on that. Yeah.
And there's one of my best friends. Her significant other, he ended up taking his life at a very young age, and and he was in the Marines, and it makes me wonder, like, you know, what if there's some mental things that he was afraid to talk about just because of the fact that, you know, he was in the military
and the stigma and all that comes along with it. Yeah. Wow. And I'm glad you touched on that, because like you know, it is like, of course mental health is a real thing, but it's just like I want to talk about, because like, you know, some people may see it as a positive or negative, but like probably you could get from this conversation, we both think that, you know, it's okay to, you know, seek help. And,
yeah, most definitely. We're talking about red flags and green flags, so that like if a guy like goes to therapy or like is emotionally intelligent.
Okay, green flags.
Yeah, like gives you like 5 more points.
Okay, so fellas, green flags. I like it. So jumping into a whole different spectrum here. when it comes to, say like I don't know if you have kids or not.
I have a son, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to like raising like a child, starting a family, things like that, how important is it that like both people are involved in the child's life? And do you also think if two people aren't fully involved in the child's life, is it okay for, just the mom or just the dad to, be that person if like things didn't work out, or if, one person is either going through, mental stuff where they need to be alone, or say someone is incarcerated and can't be with the child, like how important is that? And then also, like, what do you think, like from a parent perspective, like what do you think is the best way to go about it if only one person is, able to be there when it comes to like children?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's really important for the mother and the father to be involved in the child's life. I mean, you guys created life together, and so you should bring that life up together.
Never heard that. Makes sense though.
I have a lot of isms today, which are Aubrey isms. And growing up, my mom, she was in the Navy and she was gone a lot. And so my dad, the person that raised me, he took care of me, and he's the one that taught me most of the things. But I didn't really have like a very close tie with my mom, and like a lot of different like feminine things, like putting on makeup, how to talk to boys and things like that, or talking about your feelings. Like I never really got that because I didn't really have like that mom figure, growing up. Yeah.
Wow.
But I know a lot of incredible people that were raised by a single parent. Like
a lot of people.
Yeah, my friend Joe Fernando, he his mom, like, she is the most wonderful person, and like right now he has a child, he's married and is doing very well, and like he is like the pinnacle of like what a good man should be. Like,
shout out to you too.
Yeah. Or even like some families where like either the mother or the father passed away, like sometimes you have to put on both hats. But I think like the number one thing that I will say, especially now that I'm a single mom, is just like making sure that if you are like introducing somebody like into their life, like make sure it's not a revolving door of people.
Wow.
Yeah, because like children, like they're sponges, and like in 3 to like 6, I think, it's like very formidable years where they're like learning and developing and becoming them. And
their personality and all that.
Yeah, you really are like a product of your environment. So if you are a single parent and are dating, like it's best to, I mean, I'm not saying you should keep your child away from the person that you're seeing, but like make sure that they're serious and they're a good person, and that they are going to have a positive impact in your child's life.
Okay.
And put your child before you, really.
Wow. Sweet. I'm glad you touched on that. That's really good. I like that. And like she said, we were just discussing, like, not every situation, if it's like one person involved, is necessarily associated with someone doing something, I don't know, negative or negative light. Like I said, it could be someone that needs either just to get mental help. Like she said, it could be somewhere where like one person passed, or like a family, or like the significant other could pass.
Yeah.
And it's just one person. But like she said, if you making sure that like you're putting your child first, the person you're dealing with is putting your child at that same level that you're putting them, and things like that, and then you can be able to raise a child to the best of your ability, whether that other person is there or not. But it's your responsibility to still raise them and do your best to surround them with people that are going to be in your life permanently, and not like a revolving door. So
yeah,
it's really good. Lastly, I just wanted to ask, seeing that you like a mother and things like that, just in general, could you give to all the single moms that may be watching this, just like give them just like a few words of encouragement, or just a few words to just help keep them going, and to keep pushing as far as taking care of their child or children, or just any words of encouragement to any moms out there?
Yeah. Whenever you think you're not doing your best, you really are. like myself, like I have this, what's it called, imposter syndrome, where I think I'm not a good enough mother, and then I should keep doing more and more and more. But you know, you're doing more than you think you are. And you know, like, and even if you see, if anybody, whether you're like a mom, parent, or whatever, like if you see a mom with her child by herself, like give her a little thumbs up, like tell her that she's doing good. Like whenever I'm out in public, because I like to do, whenever I have my son, I have week on, week off, and I like to take him to do activities. So like we go to breakfast together. I'll take him to listen to live music at the coffee shops and
mixing it up.
Yeah, mixing it up and like giving, like just exposing him to different things. And you know, people will say like, oh my gosh, like that's just so cute. Like you guys are little twins, or like you're doing a good job, mom. Like it makes me feel that much better just to hear like, you know, those affirmations from other people whenever I'm not feeling that way. So.
Well done. Man, I haven't heard that before, but that's really good. And to any of you watching out there, whether you're a parent or not, if you see either another parent or you see like a, you know, someone out there with their kid, like just giving them a, you know, like she said, a thumbs up, or, you know, what have you, you know, it probably can, you know, make their day or something like that. So
yeah, it really has a lasting impact.
Sweet.
You know, because all of the negative things that we take in this world, like for the positive things, like they blossom and matter that much more.
Wow.
It's that light that stays with you.
Love it. Oh, that's good. Lastly, I just want to ask, do you have any, I don't know, shout outs, or if anybody want to follow you, anything like that, or are you more kind of low key?
You know, it's funny because my Instagram is private right now, I kind of wanted to do something similar like this, and like talk about like a little bit of the things you're talking about as well, and like have some sort of platform for like the things that I've been through, and like how I'm incorporating holistic practices to take care of my mental health and like my physical health, and just how I view the world and go about things, and you know, to encourage like other single moms, people of color, you know, different things. And I was like, well, maybe my friend's like, well, Aubrey, this could be the catalyst of you doing that, going on this podcast. So maybe I'll make my Instagram private, and I would love to collaborate in the future with you, and like make content or something, and like, you know, talk more. Yeah. There's a lot of things like I want to share with my experience to help other people and touch other hearts.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you want to follow me, it's AUBREY K, my first and last name, and I think it's the same on like any platform, Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, yeah, we'll, you know, I'll get everything after this, and we'll plug it in the video. Like she said, it's private right now, so if she gets to vibe you not weird or crazy or anything, she'll accept. But until then, like she said, maybe in the future she might, you know, have a certain platform for different things. So just, you know, stay tuned, keep an eye out for anything she might be posting. I said we'll put the IG, all that stuff in here, and in the description of the video. But I do want to thank you for coming out again today, taking time to speak with us, get to know you a little bit. And then, yeah, potentially in the future we could collab or do some different things like that. So,
really cool. Yeah,
so stay tuned. So, to all the viewers out there, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Transparent Podcast, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.